Hola amigos, mi nombre es Rey Fénix, o Fénix, como me conocen en Lucha Libre AAA. Este video es para darles una noticia que me llena de mucho sentimiento, pero tengo que entregarla. Hace más de un año que regresé a Lucha Libre AAA y que obtuve estas dos grandes preseas, el campeonato latinoamericano y el campeonato crucero Lucha Libre AAA. A lo largo de mi carrera y todos los días, trabajo, me esfuerzo para ser mejor. Y en ese momento, no había nada que me impidiera. Nada que me impidiera ser campeón latinoamericano y campeón crucero. Obtuve la oportunidad, obtuve estas preseas. Desgraciadamente, por compromisos internacionales, es muy complicado mantener un ritmo de trabajo con la empresa Lucha Libre AAA. Así es que el día de hoy renuncio al campeonato latinoamericano y al campeonato crucero de Lucha Libre AAA. Esto me llena de mucho sentimiento, porque para un luchador ser campeón no es solamente portar el cinturón, la presea. Para un campeón es muy importante dejar un legado. Desgraciadamente, este legado como campeón latinoamericano y campeón crucero ha sido un legado de muchas dificultades, como lo fue el megacampeonato. Podría enlistar los motivos, pero la verdad no tiene caso. Creo que Lucha Libre AAA tiene demasiado talento, mucho talento joven y muy bueno, como Ares, Commander, Látigo, en fin, mucho talento que puede portar estas dos preseas y que puede mantenerse en México dándole brillo y haciendo un legado o como campeón latinoamericano o como campeón crucero AAA. Esto me llena de mucho sentimiento, pero también sé que viene con muchas cosas muy buenas y grandes objetivos en mi carrera. Dejar de luchar en México ha sido un poco difícil para mí, porque aquí es donde crecí, aquí es donde inició mi carrera y aquí es donde el sueño nació, creció y explotó. Estoy muy orgulloso de mí y de todo mi trabajo. Quiero agradecer a la empresa Lucha Libre AAA y a la familia Roldán Peña por todas las oportunidades y por el trabajo que se me ha entregado. Gracias, mil gracias afición de Lucha Libre AAA. Esto no es un adiós, sino un hasta pronto. Muchas gracias.
I'm Jaime Martinez, and you're watching Let the Mic Drop, Daddy.
Thank you all very much for joining us on Let the Mic Drop. This is our second week in a row, and we are still here with El Jefe Daga. Like I said before, he's here. Sometimes he won't be here. And like I said, we're going to be mobile. We're going a little bit of places here and there. I was at local wrestling's Wrestle Swap this past weekend. I recorded some footage. You saw it in the intro right now. So we were up and down. I got to meet Sabu. Sabu was really quiet, and all he would do is point up. So he signed a card for me. So that was pretty nice. Good. That was pretty nice. I got to hang out. It was really hot. I'm talking about hot. We sold some merchandise out there, and then
How
Yeah.
hot?
it felt like 115.
Which is like about like over 40 Celsius for the people that speak Spanish and they're in Mexico.
Estaba en Houston esta fin de semana pasada y estaba rete caliente,
Muy caliente.
40 de grados
Sí.
Celsius. Y no rendía el calor. Para nada.
No.
Para nada. But my day wasn't exciting as this guy's. He was in Tijuana, not Tijuana, Tijuana, Mexico, Baja
Baja California.
at Triple Mania 31, Chapter 2. How was that?
Yes. It was good, bro. Like we have a lot of fun down there. It was like such a good production. Like everything was like going like really good. I mean, like it was like a really good show. It was like a couple good matches. You know, like we have Vikingo against Omega. We have Penta against
versus
QT Marshall.
with
Which,
Aaron Solo came out of the ambulance.
yes, and it was also Park, Rouge, Psycho, Sam Adonis.
And they pinned each other.
Yeah,
Like the team members pinned, Sam Adonis pinned Psycho Clown, Rush pinned
LA Park.
LA Park, and now it's a 4-way for either hair versus mask, right?
Yes, that's gonna be in the chapter 3. Then it's coming up on August 12th.
At Mexico City.
Yes, sir. The biggest.
And then
one.
we also had Team Mexico versus Team Baja, and I saw that Team Baja cheated.
of course they did, bro. Like
Nicho had to give Negro Casas the low blow, and it was over like that. There was still a lot more in that match. I know y'all could have given more, but it was cut short by a low blow. And thanks to the referee for never seeing the low blow.
that referee sucks, man.
I know. But there's also a possibility that we can see Brandon Moreno versus El Jefe Daga, which you'll talk to Al a little bit later about that. I don't want to be involved, but there is down the line where we can see UFC star Brandon Moreno versus El Jefe Daga, maybe Triple Mania,
Maybe or maybe
or as
later.
soon as his hand is better.
Yeah, I don't want. When the time is right, and I put him like look into the lights, like that, and I'm pin his
And he's pinned.
butt.
His A double crooked letter.
Yes,
His A money sign.
yes. Then I don't want any excuses, you know.
No excuses. Yes, I mean, he also wasn't part of the match. He was a captain, and the other gentleman, the team captain from Mexico,
It was El Asesino.
El Asesino, rapper,
Yeah, famous rapper.
famous rapper. He can rap like nobody else in Spanish.
Exactly.
So he's well known here in the United States too. Well, anyways, they got involved in the match.
Yeah.
There was hiatus all over because Asesina was battling with Argenis to take off the mask.
Yes.
And then he finally took it off. I was like, guy, you're the captain of that team. You should have done that in the locker room.
Yeah, it was just a mess, but like, I mean, at the end it was like a good show. It was like a lot of like important people was there. Don Callis was there. Like,
Don Callis got hurt.
yes, oh yeah, bro. Like,
Yes.
people was like, oh, it was by a fan, and like,
But it wasn't a fan.
no, it was a photographer.
It was a photographer that thought it was legitimately this guy kicking. Well, he was legit kicking him because a kick you can't stop. But he thought it was a real beatdown where all these wrestlers were going to come jump in.
yeah,
Because they did. Takeshita came in and beat up Kenny. Then Don Callis was like, yeah, and then he came and kicked him. And then the photographer said, "I'm had enough of this." He was riled up.
Yeah.
He probably had a couple cold ones in his system, and then just went at Don Callis.
probably more than a couple. It was hot there too.
Also, and Don Callis ended up going to the hospital
Yes,
in San Diego. So
yes, it was as I said, it was a good show. Then, you know,
Yeah.
like having all these people like going there and like doing all this like show. Dorian was there, Maricela was there, like all of them were there. So it was like a really good show, and it was just like the last chapter, just right before the biggest one, you know.
This is where it all began. I was 8 years old and walked into this building and fell in love with the world of pro wrestling. I had no idea that my life was going to forever change. Here's where I watched my idols live out their dreams and reach their goals, from championships to history-making main events. However, for years, people told me you'll never be like your idols. This dream of getting in that ring is unrealistic. Just be a fan and sit in the stands. And that's when I knew I had to become my biggest fan.
No more watching from behind the guardrails. No more doubting that I belong. No more listening to others telling me what I can and can't do with my life. This is my time. This is my dream. This is about paving my own path, creating my own legacy. I've met my idols. Now I'm telling them in advance that I'm coming for all of their titles. I know I have to be my biggest fan, and I know who I have to become. So when you see me, you will refer to me as Izzy Moreno.
Hello everyone and welcome to Let the Mic Drop. I am your host, Al. And I want to thank Ray for having me on, or other than that, Ace, as you all know him. I'm very happy to be here. We've been out for a long time. And it's great to be back behind the mic. And a lot has gone by. But I'm going to dive into some topics that have been going on in sports. To begin, Mexico won the Gold Cup. Now, me personally, I absolutely thought that it was going to be USA going up against Mexico, but Mexico took the hardware, man. They won 1-0. They beat Panama, and I thought that was a hell of a matchup. Mexico really doubted everybody, and what's going to transpire with El Tri, time will tell. As far as the men's USA, that's going to be a total different team with a new coach coming back. Very disappointing loss for the men's soccer team. But also the big news is Lionel Messi joining Inter Miami. No one saw that coming. Believe me, everybody thought that he was going to be extending with PSG. But Lionel Messi said, goodbye, I am out. I have nothing more to prove. I am going to the United States and follow suit like what David Beckham have done, Gareth Bale have done, the great late Pelé did, and several other notable stars. So I'm absolutely interested in Lionel Messi because he is an icon. He just won the World Cup, and it was a fantastic World Cup finish for the great Lionel Messi. So what's expected for that team? Well, I think it's too soon to tell. I know most people are going to want for him to make the playoffs, but hey, slow down. They got to build the chemistry, and we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm really, really excited. Major League Soccer is on the right path, and I think with this, it will bring more European superstars in the near future. But the female World Cup is also going to begin in the later months. And of course, now they've extended more countries. It's going to be more countries competing. The women's USA team, they're the defending champions, and there's a lot of high expectations for them. But we'll see how it goes on that, because there's more countries that are hungry for that title. And will the women's soccer team make history again? We'll see. But moving along to the NFL, and I want to say that there's a lot of talks right now. As a matter of fact, what are the expectations for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? Well, everybody's expecting them to go to the playoffs. And mind you, the Jets had a solid team last season. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to straighten that team out. I do believe that there are a lot of high expectations for him, knowing that this is barely his first season the 4-time MVP. You know, he's going to have to worry about Miami. He's going to have to worry about Buffalo. And who knows what's going to happen with New England. I've been reading a lot that fans are pretty much sick and tired of Bill Belichick. I think there's reports out there in the outlets saying that he may get fired. People were very, very disappointed that they lost on the DeAndre Hopkins sweepstakes. He ends up signing to Tennessee. So, where does that leave New England? Well, Belichick is a general manager, so what he can do whatever he wants. But I think word is that Robert Kraft is kind of already, his patience is starting to wear thin. So, me as a Patriot fan, and I'm going to say that out loud, I am a Patriot fan, so I don't know. I was disappointed that they didn't go for DeAndre, but I think the writings were on the wall the moment that Devontae Parker, they signed him to an extension, so that pretty much left DeAndre out. What about the Cowboys? Well, the Cowboys, they look good on paper, but how will they do this season? I don't know. No one has signed Zeke Elliott. Tony Pollard might end up playing on the franchise tag along with Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley. So that is a story right now with that. Jerry Jones is still being Jerry Jones. But I think that this season's going to be more interesting, especially the fact that Aaron Rodgers is now in the AFC. I think the AFC is stacked this year. That's what I think. The NFC, not so much. I mean, who do you have? Just Philly. Maybe New York. New York did really, really well last season. So there's high hopes there. What are the Washington Commanders going to do? Says a lot too. But I'm absolutely interested to see how Pat Mahomes is going to do. The defending champions are still the team to beat going into next season. And the question is, can they be consistent? You know, they've given Pat Mahomes all this money, millions and millions of dollars. So let's see what he can do. I know Buffalo, their window of winning championships may be closing. I don't know. I know there were a lot of expectations for Buffalo last season, but that's where it's at with Buffalo, you know. Other story, the NBA. Now, there's a lot of expectations going on right now for this young kid out of France that was drafted number 1 for the San Antonio Spurs, and that was Victor Wembanyama. Now, Victor Wembanyama had kind of an incident in Las Vegas with Britney Spears or something. I don't know. But I do believe that they are expecting a lot in this kid, and I think it's just too soon to tell. This kid has not even played his first NBA game, and there's already high expectations of him being the next David Robinson or Tim Duncan. It's too soon. Give the kid some time. He will do fine. I think the San Antonio Spurs will be good. I think he will be all right. I don't expect for him to be a bust. He hasn't even played his first NBA season game yet. The summer league just finished. So we'll see how that goes. But what about Steph Curry? Steph Curry, PJ golf team, you know? He just won a championship, a major tournament in golf. Is there anything that this kid can't do? And I was surprised that he absolutely won. But that's Steph Curry showing his competitiveness and his drive and winning. So where will the Warriors be next season? They made a lot of changes. They got Chris Paul. I know the Draymond Green thing is still, we don't know if they're going to sign him. Klay Thompson. So we shall see. But it's really good to be back behind the mic, guys. I will keep you guys posted as time goes by. Feel free to comment. If anything that you want me to talk about, I'll be more than glad to address that topic. But other than that, that's all the time I've got. And I have been very, very proud to be back. I want to thank Aces for having me here and this new look. And we'll see where it goes. And I was your host with you always, is Al.
you can do it that way, or you can do this instead.
Listen up. Carry on.
I have to tell you a secret. Okay, bye.
We're back. Triple Mania, one of the biggest events in Mexico, which now is the final chapter. We're going to Mexico City. You're going to be there.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be there yet, but you're going to be there. How exciting was it to be? I mean, you've been around these people for years upon years. How exciting is it to be around Kenny Omega, knowing that there's a possibility that you could later on wrestle this guy? It's one of the best in the world, I think.
It was good, as I said. Like, you know, like also like Takeshita being there, like, cause I saw him around like for a little bit. I didn't know like he was there to do what he did.
Yeah.
Pero so it was good, you know. Like I think Takeshita is like really good too. So
Oh yeah.
So I it's pretty cool, man. Like I mean, like when you come from like a little town like the town that I came from, and you're able now to like just be like around in the same locker room and like in the same show with all these like big wrestlers and stuff. It's like good, you know. It feels good, like then you're like at that level.
But also, this Triple Mania had a lot, like you said, had Takeshita, Kenny Omega, Don Callis, QT Marshall. Now, a lot of the big name wrestlers are starting to come into Triple Mania, Triple A.
Yeah.
Because before, Triple Mania was strictly luchadores and lucha libre. Now it's a mixture of everything. I didn't expect to see Hijo de Vikingo beat Kenny Omega. I didn't think that was going to happen. I was honestly going to think Kenny Omega versus El Jefe. It's coming.
It was a really good match, but finally I'm kind of happy that happened, because now Triple A has no excuses for me to have a chance for that mega
That's
champion.
Right. But wait, with that being said, did you watch the video that was released on Monday by Rey Fénix?
Yes.
He relinquished both the Latin American title, which you did too, which you haven't lost, and the Cruiserweight title,
Yes.
which you also had. Correct?
Yes. Like, yeah, I saw, and it is good, you know. Like Phoenix is doing like a lot of things like outside Mexico, so I think like that was like the right thing to do. I did the same when I was like here in America, you know, like going through my immigration process and stuff. I couldn't travel.
Yeah.
So the best thing, like as a professional, thing you can do is just
Give it back.
you know, because you're going to be able to defend it. So now he cannot do it, and as you say, I've never like lose any match for that championship. So I feel I have the right to compete for it.
Yeah, you do have the right to compete, but are they going to give you that for the Latin American, for the Cruiserweight, or the Mega Championship? Because I think, in my opinion, if you have more than one belt for the same promotion, it's a waste of time. Because you got to wrestle twice in one show. You're going to get tired for the main one. I
feel
think
like
just go for the main one, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. I feel like Triple A needs to give me the chance already, because everyone has like his chance to like go beat Vikingo, but let's make it clear. Like I know Omega is one of the best in the world, but Vikingo always faces like people that is in his own style,
Yeah.
you know. But me, being a
You-
perro del mal before,
You change styles, because I've seen you wrestle a ras de lona.
yeah,
I've seen you wrestle strong style.
yeah,
I've seen you do the flippities.
yeah.
So I know that you can change your style.
Yeah, that's why like I feel like they're probably scared, but eventually it's gonna happen, because they don't have like any more people like lining up.
No. But what are you gonna tell them? Be like, hey, I'm the one that took the heat from Brandon Moreno. I'm not saying anything else further than that. But you're the one that got him, probably that made him that night, because he was just a guy that not a lot of people might have known who he was in the wrestling business. Because there are some people that only watch wrestling; they don't watch UFC.
Yeah, but like as I said, like let's just wait and see what happened, because that we're gonna have like that many championship maybe here one day. Like we're gonna put it here
Somewhere,
like,
yeah.
right,
We've got space.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was your show with Sabu and stuff?
Well, I went to go sell merchandise. It was pretty good, but like I said, it was hot. Like I'm talking like extremely hot to be in Houston. It was really hot. I had a couple of alcoholic beverages to cool off, but it didn't work. But the crowd was really hot. I saw Santa Chiva was there. Dinastia was there. He came from AAA. Dinastia was there, yeah. So
I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
That's
And
pretty
then
cool.
Low Rider was there.
Low Rider, I know Low Rider for a long time.
Jaime, who did our intro this week, was there too. So
Well, there you go, guys.
yeah, like I said, we got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. Tomorrow, where are you gonna be tomorrow?
I'm going to Aguascalientes
Or Verano de
Verano de
Escándalo.
Escándalo, and then I'm getting back here to catch a flight to go to Mucha Lucha Atlanta
Yeah, you forgot about it last week, but yes,
on
Mucha
Sunday.
Lucha. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
And
Who are you wrestling at Mucha Lucha?
I don't know yet, because they just released the the poster or whatever the thing it is with the names and stuff. They haven't released like any like matches, but I know like it's good people going there. Blue Demon is going there. Hijo del Doctor Wagner is going there, which I know like pretty well, because we
you're with Noah.
yeah, we share like a lot of time over there in Japan, and I'll be excited. Actually, I actually never had like a one-on-one with Wagner before.
Also, you're gonna probably be wrestling.
I don't know yet, but I think that would be cool, because we both know like the style in Japan, which is like very different than wrestling and very different than lucha, you know.
There's a lot of snap to the moves in Japan.
Yes.
I've seen that. Where a hip toss, you have to put a little bit of extra salsa to it.
It is good, and I think it will be like a good match for people to like see that day.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or have you ever wrestled Blue Demon?
No, never. And the funny fact is that like since he knows we met like 2010, 2009. He was always like, I want to wrestle you. He was always telling me like, I want to wrestle you.
Funny story. When I met Blue Demon, he got mad at me
Why?
because I asked him, "Can you sign this mask for me?"
And what did he say?
He was like, "Who's your favorite band?" And I was like, "Oh, that's hard." And he was like, "Name somebody that you like." And I
You
was
say
like,
Timbiriche or something like
no,
that?
I should have. I was like, Megadeth. And he goes, "How do you think the guys from Megadeth would feel if you would bring them a CD to sign?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm never probably gonna meet them." And then he was like, "That mask is pirated." And I was like, "Well, I just got it outside. Why would they be pirated if they have them outside?" So he grabbed the mask and he ripped it. And I was like,
No way.
"Oh," like, yeah, he was mad. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Bro.
But he went in his bag and then he got a mask out and he was like, "Here you go."
Oh.
And he was like, "Don't do that again." And I was like, "I'm sorry, sir. Apologize."
Bro.
And I was like, I was
like, Blue Demon did that, dude?
I was like, I just lost 500 pesos. But no, he was pretty good.
That's good. I'm
He was
also
like-
going to go back to Nuevo Laredo soon.
Oh, Promociones Cantú.
Yeah, like that was like one of the promotions. Then I used to work like pretty often, like almost every Monday.
Yeah, but remember, Lucha Libre in Nuevo Laredo was real big.
Like big.
I'm talking about Triple Mania style shows because LA Park beat Pirot and took his mask in Nuevo Laredo.
Yes.
So there's a lot of history in Nuevo Laredo. Hopefully we can come back to that now that stuff is starting to open up little by little and we can get to the big arenas again.
Yeah, like I think like
sorry, right before that match happened, LA Park wrestled Goldberg in WCW, got on the plane, came here, and then he wrestled.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like LA Park is like a really good like wrestler, you know.
Yeah.
Like talking about his wrestling he's really good.
And LA Park also supports Ace's Barbecue, so we've had cookouts with LA Park and his 2 kids, so that's pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because you get to see him as like, oh, I used to see you watching WCW and Lucha Libre as a kid, so now I got to hang out with you and chill. Yeah, doing the little Michael Jackson when he used to come out to Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah, that's super cool. But like, then where are you going then after?
August 5th, I will be at Hernandez Promotions in Eagle Pass.
That's really close, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be super hot because it's an outdoor show.
Oof.
So hopefully it's not that hot, and then afterwards we can hit the kickapoo so we can cha-ching win the big bucks.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. Right now, other than that, but during the commercial breaks, we're putting all the wrestling cards around Texas. If you have a wrestling card that you want to put on our show, we won't charge you. Just send it over. So
We're here to support wrestling.
we're here to support wrestling, of course. And we even figured out, just by messing around with cables and stuff like that, pretty soon what we're going to do is have satellite interviews with well-known wrestlers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so
Yes, sir. Like everyone in the world.
you see, everybody in the world, yes. There you go.
Can be Mexico, can be the States.
Can we get first one, my good friend Eita?
But you know, Ita, you speak Spanish.
It's okay, I
and
speak Spanish
Japanese.
too. That's fine, perfect.
Maybe.
Arigato, I can say that.
Yeah.
And then I can say, ¿Cómo estás? He's my friend, not yours, but...
Okay, we can try. I mean, we can try.
Hopefully.
You're going to do that interview by yourself, but yes.
You can sit there and just say hi.
No, I cannot.
You can't kick him through the camera, so it's good.
What if we get into?
I don't care. He'll be waiting for you. Like, he can train to...
What if we got one of my friends over there? What about Chris Ridgway, the other tag team champion?
Is he there right now?
No, but he's in the UK, and you just said we will have people from all over the world.
Yeah, okay. Well, Chris Ridgway might come on, let the mic drop. So you never know. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to see what happened to you and what happened between Brandon Morales at Triple Mania. And Al's going to be in the hot seat because I don't want to take that heat. I don't.
All right.
All right. We'll see you all in a little bit.
Daga wants the mic. He's got the mic, I should say.
¡Hey! A ustedes, Nicho, Damián, Tiger y Horus, les debería de dar pena escoger como capitán a alguien que ha perdido 6 peleas. Y déjame decirte algo, espérate ahí. Tú, Brandon, si quieres que alguien te empine una 7ª vez, veniste al lugar correcto, porque tú, al igual que todos los equipos en Tijuana, son una vergüenza para este país, cabrón.
Daga taking away this moment from Nitro Millonario. Moreno and Daga.
Well, Daga called out Moreno before this match even started.
How was Triple Mania?
It was good. You know, it was like, I think it's my first Triple Mania in a while.
Really?
I mean, me going back to Triple Mania, because I've done like 8 before.
Wow.
9 with this one, but it was my first time in Tijuana because they started to doing that last year. So it was pretty cool because, you know, I used to live in Tijuana for a while.
Yes, sir.
So I got some of like good memories over there. I like baseball, so it was in the Torres Stadium. It would have like 15,000 people that night. So,
wow.
So it was a pretty cool moment. It was really good, and hear the people react when I went out and when I took that mic and started to do my thing with the mic. You know, like it was like just such a good moment.
I can imagine, especially with all that home crowd with you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a bad guy, so
that's the least of your worries.
Yes.
Okay. Well, moving along to the next thing I want to ask you is, what were your expectations going into Triple Mania?
I wanna win that match, but we couldn't. You know, like it was like some trouble in my team. It was like some trouble like in between like my captain, it was Asesino, a famous rapper in Mexico. I feel like a lot of people in America know him too, and one of our guys, Argenis. So they have like some beef going on. So that kind of like split the team since the beginning. Now like we have Negro and Nicho, which they're like doing like a lot of like back and forth because they have beef, and it was pretty much like me carrying the whole team.
That must not have sit well with you.
I mean, I'm not babysitting anybody. I need to go do my thing, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But, well, what I really want to ask you is, what were your thoughts on Brandon?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think that, you know, what we saw, what I think everybody saw was a kick knee armbar.
And?
How did that feel?
It doesn't feel good, you know, and like I think like I was worried about everything else, and I couldn't like just like be right mentally at that moment so I can defend myself. But he couldn't get that armbar. Let me tell you that if you see the footage, like he couldn't, you know, because you know like I have like my knowledge about like MMA and stuff, and that's why I was like challenging like since the beginning, because he come to my ring. That's not like UFC. That's lucha libre. That's wrestling. That's my ring. I own that place. He got there. He tried to like get all the attention when like, you know what, like I'm the one that put there, like they make the rules over there. So he just got there, and if you see the footage, I was like doing something, and then he pretty much was trying to like attack me from behind.
Cowardly.
Yes.
Okay, so now we get to see more or less the type of.
Exactly, you need to know that, you know what I'm saying? When I turned, I saw him there, I like hit him in the face, I push him, and he was like doing nothing, you know, at that moment. I feel like it was just like, he was lucky that night. He was very lucky that night.
Wow, man. But what made him absolutely do that though? He just decided to just simply just he wanted to take control of, make his mark on there.
So he's supposed to be like outside the ring.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
And he like jumped in my ring, and now that's why I talk after with the people in AAA, and I say like, why you don't bring Brandon for a match against me? And we'll see who's like the one that owns that place. You know what I'm saying?
I see. So you do you feel that this is going to lead to?
It has to.
Well, let's hope.
You know, I'm not happy about it. Are you happy about it?
No.
I mean,
not for 1 minute. I'm not happy about it.
Then like why like you're asking me how does that feel? Do you want me to kick you? So then
no,
you can feel.
I kick me. I mean,
you think it feels right?
No, you know what? I never doubted your word. I never said that.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You think it feels right?
No,
you want me to punch you right now?
No.
Want me to punch you right now so you can see?
No.
You can feel?
No, that wouldn't be right. That would no. That
then don't ask stupid questions.
Well, there you have it, folks. El Jefe Daga.
What?
Hope to see you again in the future. Maybe good luck to you on the next.
He needs to come to AAA and have a one-on-one against me. That's what Brandon needs to do, because everyone is like cheering for him, and like he's like now like some like big like thing in Mexico. I'm the big thing in Mexico, so he better bring his ass there. That's what he needs to do.
You heard it, folks. You heard it right here. That needs to happen. And we have ran out of time. Daga, thank you so much for being a part. Hope to see you next time on Let the Mic Drop with Ace.
I'm Jaime Martinez, and you're watching Let the Mic Drop, Daddy.